We're going to continue talking about informational reports. And remember, these are always nonfiction and they have facts, true facts. So we're going to read an example about a football player named Tim Tebow, and then you'll have a chance to think of some ideas that you may want to write your informational writing report on. So Tim Tebow, have you ever dreamed of being a professional football player? Becoming a football player was more than just a dream for Tim Tebow. He made it a reality. After years of playing non-professional football, Tebow would eventually be the football player that he dreamed about becoming. Tim Tebow was born August 14, 1987, and was the youngest of his siblings. Growing up, he and his siblings were all homeschooled by their parents. During this time, his parents also taught him the family's Christian beliefs. When Tebow was in his teens, there was a law that homeschooled students were able to compete in high school sporting events. This allowed Tebow to begin playing quarterback for a local high school called Allen D. Nease High School. At Nease, Tebow became popular for his running and throwing abilities. His senior year of high school, he was named Florida's Mr. Football and was also named Parade Magazine's High School All-American. However, this was not the end for Tim Tebow. College football. In 2006, Tebow began playing college football after receiving an athletic scholarship to the University of Florida. His sophomore year, he was considered an all-around outstanding player. He was awarded the Heisman Trophy for his great play and great character. In his 2007 season, he set many rushing and touchdown records as the quarterback. In the 2008 game, Tebow led his team to win in the BCS National Championship game. Professional football. In 2010, Tebow was drafted by the Denver Broncos of the NFL, National Football League. He was officially a professional football player. With the Broncos, Tebow played 2 seasons, with the highlight of his career being an 80-yard touchdown pass that won a playoff game. Tebow went on to play for other NFL teams like the New York Jets, but later ended his football career with the Philadelphia Eagles. As you can see, it took lots of time and patience to make Tebow's dream come true. He never gave up on his desire to be a professional athlete. So in this report, the author wrote about a sport that they enjoy and know a lot about. They did not tell you a story about a time that they played football or why she thinks football is the best sport. Instead, the author shared facts about one of her favorite players. She was an expert who taught us more about the sport and the player. She can do this because she knows so much about him. You are an expert on certain topics too. It might not be a football player, but there are probably things that you really enjoy and can teach others about. It could be an activity or hobby that you do, or a topic that you especially liked learning about in school. It could be a place that you visited or an animal that you read a book about. So, for example, maybe you really like horses or NASCAR, or you've been to Disneyland, or you really enjoy football. So those are some examples of things you could write an informational report about. Today, we are going to start filling in a graphic organizer called Things I Love and Already Know a Lot About. So this chart will be on your next Seesaw activity. You are just going to fill out the side that says things I love and already know a lot about. We'll work on the other side on a different day. So I want you to think of 4 things that you love and already know a lot about, that you already feel like you're kind of an expert in. So for each of these lines, you will just make a text box on your Seesaw activity to think of 4 topics that you may want to write a report on. It doesn't mean you'll have to write a report on it, but we're just coming up with ideas.